Hi, my name is Jason Grant, and this is Living with Integrity, a series of short stories on what it means to live with integrity. Enjoy. I started doing these talks a couple of days ago, and questions have already started rolling in. And those questions are inspiring themes for me to talk about. And today's question was from a friend of mine who was asking me, how do you prepare for these talks? Where are you reading this from? And my answer is very simple. I'm not preparing for them, and I'm not reading from anywhere. Everything I'm saying to you and speaking here is coming directly off the dome, as the rappers would say, and it's also from my soul. But there is an interesting topic here around preparation and when are you really ready for doing something. This is a topic that I've contemplated about for quite a long time, and even when I was going through the Fresh Mind program, I had some opportunity to reflect on this and really think, when am I going to be ready to do XYZ? And the answer is that I've been preparing all my life, and right now I'm doing my best, because all the, in my case, 38 years of life experience have been preparing me for this moment right now. And right now I'm talking to you about preparation and what I know and what I've found about it and to be true about it. You are right now as ready as you will ever be, because all your life's preparation has been leading you to this moment now. Yes, maybe tomorrow you will be perhaps more prepared, more conditioned, more fitter, more whatever. But right now you are as prepared as you can be. And this is very interesting when I'm speaking to artists. Artists are often stuck in a kind of I need to prepare more mentality before I create something. And that leads to the next day is like, I need to prepare some more. And then the next day, I need to prepare some more. And you spend your life preparing and never actually doing anything. So much better, in my experience, is to just understand that at any point in time you are as ready as you can be. And that's not to say that you should not be working on bettering yourself. In fact, it's to say you should always be working even more on bettering yourself. But at the same time also understand that right now you are as prepared and as ready as you will ever be. And yes, if you are bettering yourself, tomorrow you'll be better, and tomorrow you'll be better, and the day after you will be better. And so as you are doing things, you are going to be doing them better and better. And then as you look back on yourself, you can see how 10 years ago, which is now what people are posting around, how was I 10 years ago and how am I now? If you look back 10 years ago, it should be, you should almost be a laughing stock to yourself. In fact, it's even better if you are laughing stock to yourself a year ago. So how do I prepare for these talks? I don't, in a sense, and at the same time I'm preparing with all my soul, mind and body all the time. I'm accepting the fact that right now I'm the best I've ever been, and tomorrow I will be better, and the day after that I will be better. So even if I was pre-writing these, by the time I'd written them, I would think of a better thing to say. So there's no point in writing it. Right now I'm delivering it to you the best I can, and perhaps after I finish this recording, I will look back at it and go, well, now, at this future now, I know how to express that even better. But without expressing it in the first place, I wouldn't have anything to reflect on to better it. Hence, the reason why I'm doing these now, probably might be doing it daily, because I've got a little setup here and it's very easy to do. And there are so many topics to cover. Preparation is certainly a magnificent one to touch on, and perhaps in future I'll come back to this. But it's interesting to know that and see, and I deal with so many people through the Fresh Mind program who are in a kind of incubation, chrysalis type mode, transformation, and they're thinking, I need to prepare more. I need to prepare more. That's an evergreen fact, everlasting fact. And you should always be preparing more, but at the same time, that should not be stopping you from delivering on things that you ultimately know you can be doing. And you can always be doing something. Like right now, I can be doing this video and I'm doing it. Instead of thinking, well, maybe if I prepare a little bit more, think about some punchlines. No, just deliver it, okay? And it's nothing is stopping me from actually perhaps re-delivering this video and re-delivering it again. It's not going to do any harm. So you are as prepared as you can be, and if you are an artist listening to this, right now you should most likely be creating your artwork as opposed to preparing to create your artwork. And in many respects, doing is the best form of preparation, and that's why for most practical things, playing a piano, learning a martial art, learning how to ride a bike, getting fitter, it's not about sitting there reading books and getting some sort of theory into your head, preparing and loading up your mind with thoughts. It's actually about, let's start doing the activity. And then as you are doing the activity, you start realizing, oh, I need to prepare better on here. I need to find more about that, and so on. But as you are doing it, you are getting better at it. Actually the guy who asked me about how do you prepare for these is the guy that I was doing music production with some good almost 20 years ago now. And when we got into his bedroom studio, he had bought a whole bunch of equipment to set up and create and turn into a studio, working recording studio. And both of us had no ideas on how to connect this equipment together. And I said, well, each piece of equipment has got a manual with it, and so we'll just, if necessary, use the manuals and connect it one by one. We'll take our time. It might be a bit slow, we might fail at a few moments and so on, but eventually we'll get it together. And it took us a whole weekend to connect all this up. And eventually it worked. And then we didn't know how to produce. I was doing some bedroom production at home up until then, but never with that kind of big setup. And then we started learning the tools, and we were learning by doing. And famously, the first CD that we had produced, we'd burnt it onto a disc. And we said, like, if we play this material in the car, if it passes the car test, then it's good enough. And the music needs to kind of be booming in the car. It needs to sound powerful and loud and so on. And we put this disc into the car CD player, and my friend started sort of driving around, and I could sort of hear it, and I said to him, like, turn it up. And he said, it's on the maximum. It's on the maximum. I said, like, I can't hear anything. And he said, me neither. It's like, what's going on here? Like, and he was looking at me, I was looking at him. And for us, that was like the end of, potentially the end of recording and production career for us, because we had burnt our CD and we could barely hear the music. It was like you had to go like, shut up, I want to hear this, and it's like I still couldn't hear much. And so we almost parted ways, but then the weekend passed and we went back to the studio on Monday, and we started looking up why was this the case, and we realized we didn't set the levels up properly. Our levels were sort of booming at this level and they needed to go all the way up to the top. So we ended up just remastering the track and reburning it to the CD, and then when we played it in the car, it was almost like too loud. So we went from I couldn't hear anything to it's too loud to then kind of a better, proper level. Eventually, 3 months later, our music was played in music clubs and people were just bouncing to this. It was like the best sounding thing they've heard. And I was thinking, whoa, we went from almost packing in the whole music production thing to sounding absolutely exquisite in the club. And so at any point in time, we were doing our best and we were as prepared as we could have been. And our willingness to learn and correct and improve, which is actually in Japanese called the art of Kaizen, never-ending improvement, our ability to Kaizen our results led us to actually eventually signing a rapper to Bad Boy Records. And so there you go. You're always as ready as you possibly can be, and you should always be preparing yourself for a better tomorrow. So get ready now, or realize you're ready now, and do your thing. And if you are still struggling to accept this and so on, please always reach out to me for Fresh Mind coaching. I'm taking one person this month, one more person. So there's one place available if anyone's ready to actually get out of their own way and realize their own perfection. Peace. Thank you very much for watching yet another story from Living with Integrity series. Please post in the comments on what caught your attention the most. Perhaps a thought that you had or a question that you have for me. I'll most likely introduce it in future episodes as a theme. Also, if you like or dislike this, please do so and share this with other friends of yours who will benefit from this. I really want to turn this into a community effort, and I'm committed to posting once or twice a week. So watch out for future episodes as well. Subscribe to the channel as well and ring the bell so you can get the notification when the next story is up. I've got loads and loads of these, hundreds of them in plan. So please stay tuned and let's get this channel growing. Thank you so much.